Sunday morning, I'm trying to find something to do. It doesn't matter if the news is old or if it's new. Sunday morning, I think I found something to do.
Read all about it. Read all about it. Fresh off the presses, Sunday papers. All the news you want to hear because you don't want to hear the other news. Welcome.
Here's the sitch. You listeners are in February. It's February 1st, Sunday.
Oh, dear God.
We are recording this on Thursday in January still. I've just been seeing memes like it's still January. It's insane.
What do you mean? January feels long this year?
That's the deal. Everyone's going through it. Listen, the whole middle of the country is doesn't have power and is frozen and has the ice rain and then tons of snow in other places. People are done with it, and now my girls are in Boston and New York. I don't think it's going to happen now, but there was maybe going to be a bomb cyclone, one of those, and they were going to get more snow this weekend.
I think that was me in Atlanta, Georgia on the Late Show Friday. That was a bomb cyclone.
You were a bomb cyclone?
Yeah, because I bombed and it was just it was a lot of air coming out of my mouth, circulating and hurting people. People were hurting from what was coming out of my mouth.
A cold front. You were met with a cold front.
There is nothing better. Having done this for 35 years, what am I saying? 36 years, to have just a sweet bomb where you just go down hard because it reminds you of what you're so afraid of. And then you get out of it and it's just as bad as it's always been. It never doesn't not rattle your fucking cage when you
That's
bomb.
What all you guys say. It has to be true. Yeah. It just absolutely stinks.
Yeah. You think about like Muay Thai, how you get kicked in the leg enough times that it becomes dead, never becomes dead.
Now, do you think evolved comedians have gotten past that? For instance, I'm thinking about like pitchers or batters who they're bothered by a cold streak or, they can't get things started or a slump. But then I guess the real pros have come to a place where they are not taking it personally. Like, in other words, this doesn't make them a bad baseball player. They've proven they're not that. But with comedians, it seems, nope, I'm bad.
Yes, I think any comedian I've seen that it doesn't bother is no longer caring or trying. I think there's a vulnerability that comes into stand-up comedy where if you're not, and I'm not saying everybody has to be a soft, emo comic. Even an aggressive comic, you're still showing yourself in a raw way. And when that gets turned down, like if you're selling paper, my cousin sells paper for a living, and he lives in a fucking $3 million house. When they don't buy his paper, they didn't buy the paper.
Right.
When I bomb, they ain't buying me.
I know. Yeah, it really is an extension of us.
Yeah.
Like you write your best stuff, send it in, you don't even hear back. You're like, oh, all right. Well, that was me.
Right. Yeah, do you find that with writing?
Oh, yeah, for sure. And then that's a big drive. Like even on the Globes, we had so many writers and a lot. Oh, here's a good example. I don't know if I can say that one, but writers take it personally, and all of a sudden it's like they're turning it up on a day where we're kind of like landing the plane on the final version of the monologue, but they're turning up because they've seen overnight a joke they've had in for a while was beat.
Yeah.
And they take it very personally, which I understand completely.
Right.
So yeah, I do too. Like in other words, you want to have points. You want points on the board. So
this was my best roast joke. I roasted Baba Booey on the Howard Stern show. We did it live on the air.
Yeah.
And I said Gary's teeth look like a row of urinals at Shea Stadium. And I've since heard other roasters use that joke.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
That's great.
We want to thank people. Speaking of stand-up comedians.
Also because they have Mets fans piss all over them.
Exactly. It's like a discolored urine
Yeah.
from the syphilis and not drinking enough fluids.
Yeah.
Speaking of comedians, Rocky Laporte, our dear friend, had a rough accident, and he's recovering and unable to work for it's been 6 months now, and he's dealing with a lot of financial stress. So there is a GoFundMe. You guys have been very generous. I announced it last week, and it's if you go to support Rocky's Road to Recovery. I believe it's linked on my website. You can donate some money. Lane from Denver gave $100.
Whoa, Lane.
Tammy Winston gave $50. Alex Haynes gave $35.
Tammy. Alex.
Tommy Hoskins gave $20. So anyway, keep them poured in. And then more importantly, well, not more importantly, but also important is Paul Lucchese from Port Jefferson, New York, who has pledged $500 if he receives a koozie from Mike Gibbons by the time this airs. So we won't be able to pay this off until next week's podcast because today's Thursday. We have until Sunday, and we will then announce on the following week whether he got it by Sunday. If he does, he's going to donate $500 to
I kept my word.
Rocky.
I dug up the koozie, put it in the smaller envelope, which seemed to have more success going through the U.S. mail, albeit still borderline illegal. That's why so many got kicked back to me. But sent it. Now, here's the fun part of this story. So we talk about it, and we talked about there's his Port Jefferson address with his zip code, and we talk about his name. I then go to send them, and I realize that's what's there. Paul Lucchese, Port Jefferson, New York, with the zip code. No street address. So there's no contacting you. I didn't even try that. I'm like, all right, let me look up this guy.
Wait, what does that mean there's no contacting me?
You're on the road. You don't get back to me. You're not, and then you're not going to have the bandwidth to dig it up and all that.
All right.
Okay. So nationalpublicdata.com. I go on. And I just Google his name and his zip code, right? So this site pops up. There are a bunch of Paul Lucchese's now. There's tons. Well, there's one guy older. There's a lot of Port St. Lucie in Florida, right? So I didn't do any of that. Then there's another list. There's a lot of Paul Lucchese's. And did you give me his? Let me see here. No, you didn't give me a middle initial. Tons of them, but there's Port Jeff. Bingo. Click on Point Jeff. There he is on Main Street in the zip code.
Wait a minute. Are we voxing Paul right now?
I didn't give his address, like street number.
Jesus Christ.
But here's the thing. You then what I think you sent me a different address when you finally did. What address did you send me? Did you email it to me?
Yes, I texted it to you.
Oh, you texted it. Let's look it up. I'm a little worried.
All right, well, this is it. You can see where we get into trouble, folks. That Gibbons could have taken 30 seconds and texted me. I would have gotten him right back with this address.
Well, listen, Paul, you know where you used to live on Main Street. You got to get down there. You got to get down there and intercept. Nope, man. I have him at a different place, which I won't read out loud because we won't dox him or whatever you want to call it. So, listen, Paul, get down to Main Street between 600 and 700 Main Street.
No, you are going to FedEx it today.
We're not FedExing shit.
2-day delivery.
This got out there. He probably owns both. He said he was successful, that he could afford this sweet donation. And you know what? I'm not going to do it now. I'm going to look up both addresses and see how far apart they are. They're both in the same zip code.
All right. Why don't you tell us about Marcus King in the meantime?
Oh, man. We went out. So Marcus King is great. He's this big, kind of bizarre looking singer-guitarist. He's in Nashville now. I don't know where he's from originally. He's amazing, right? So all of a sudden, one of our buddies here is like, "Hey, he's playing the Blue Note, do you guys want to go see him? And I'm like, I've never been to the Blue Note in Los Angeles. So we do. Unbelievable. But he played with two jazz guys. One guy is Mono Neon. Mono Neon is a bassist. He was the last bassist. He was playing with Prince when Prince died. He wears, I don't even know what you call it. It's knit. It's like a giant neon yellow knit jacket and pants. It looked like he on neon snowboarding boots and a whole mask. Also a knit, like a needlepoint type thing, like a needle, like
really,
like mask with goggles. We were even like, how is he not sweating to death under that?
Oh my God.
But it was like he was out of Parliament. You know what I mean? It was
yeah.
like that sort of spirit. He was phenomenal. But I hate to single someone out. I mean, Marcus King held his own. It was unbelievable. His jazz guitar, also blues. But the drummer, Chris Dave, apparently I am late to this guy because when you go on YouTube, like it's tons of fans going, here's his 10 best like riffs, you know, all that stuff. And he would just start drumming and it was like an engine. It was kind of like a and then and it was like a fucking giant engine in the room that just kept driving. And him with this mono neon. Anyway, all to say, take these guys' names. You will not be disappointed if you see just one of them wherever you can. And they play in small clubs. Go see them.
All right. I've never been to the Blue Note. Is it nice?
You know, it's expensive. I get it. You know, I think, you know, they do the $20, you know, at the table per person. And then, you know, it was like $75 for the there's only one price for the ticket. And then you have to line up so early. We didn't even get, so I couldn't even see Marcus King the whole time because the neon cable knit sweater, whatever the hell it was in front of me the whole time.
Yeah. Yeah, the one in New York, that's the first time I saw jazz. The one on, was it Bleecker Street?
Yeah.
That's like one of the original jazz clubs in New York. And yeah, I've seen a lot of good shows there.
They played a Bob Marley cover. They played, and like when you left, we all were saying in the car, we're like, you take any of the hardest rock songs of all the bands we love and all this, and if you put it in the hands of these monsters, I mean, it just, you know, everyone knows, like, the jazz guys are next level.
Yeah, right. And they smoke a lot of weed.
They do.
Logo this week, it's a very cool one. There's a mushroom cloud in the background as we're on a motorcycle, and the motorcycle says freedom of speech, our First Amendments, which I thought was appropriate for this week.
All right, look at us.
But it says First AD. I don't know what that means. That can't be somebody's name. So anyway, if it is you, text us so I can give you credit because that is really beautiful.
It's very cool. Look at us. I have room for you. I have room for you on my bike, man.
That's right. Song this week is from Inky Breath. Very cool. Definitely not AI. You can say that about that song.
Sorry, Inky, I haven't heard it yet. Gregory didn't send it to me yet.
Corrections. This one says, I was listening to an episode last night of Pardo interviews on which Allison was a guest. She brought up the topic of how much Mike said it cost to have your name submitted for consideration for podcast award. This is for the Golden Globes. They looked it up while on the show and the figure was vastly different than what Mike said. I believe $500 versus his $50,000 was indicated. Probably you could verify with her. Just thought I'd bring it to your attention.
Oh, I wonder. I have no idea. I do know that the Globes, it's about marketing efforts. So I think sometimes it's like, let's say you're Marty Supreme, the movie. So your A24 is the producer. So they want to be considered. And I don't know if it's they also buy ad time or I'm not sure, but I didn't come up with the figure 50,000, but that's what everyone was saying and why like Rogan didn't pay it. Theo didn't pay it. We didn't pay it.
Because this says, I'm looking it up on AI, submitting a project for Golden Globe consideration typically costs $250 for individuals and $500 for motion picture television, with an optional $5,000 fee for using their official screening platform. Additional marketing packages, such as those for podcast categories, can reach up to $75,000. So it's a marketing package.
So
I
wait,
guess
they have the upper end potential of 75,000.
Yeah.
All right, so I don't think someone made up this $50,000 figure,
Right.
but obviously it's all degrees. But I wonder, I wonder
a
if there's
marketing
levels of
package-
consideration.
I mean, a marketing package sounds like you get access to like a mailing list of the Golden Globe voters. So you're not going to win unless you go in for the marketing package. But technically, we could spend $500 and get it, considered for nomination.
What's his name? I'm looking it up. We're doing this a little early in the morning, so I don't have my brain yet. But some people took out ads. Who's the podcaster who's a deplorable person who...
Pete Holmes? Just kidding. I love Pete Holmes. He's like the nicest guy.
You mentioned the most likable guy ever. Oh, God. I'm sorry, listeners. But he loves musicals. Ben Shapiro. So Ben Shapiro apparently campaigned for a nomination. Someone said they saw a billboard because he wanted to do it so badly. And as writers, we wanted him to be in that room so badly. We had such great jokes about him being a Golden Globe nominee.
Then we got a minor one, but kind of epitomizes how you come up with Fitz facts. The flagstick is 12 feet tall. Come on, twice your height. Yeah, I guess it's probably closer to
8.
8. I think 8 sounds about right.
Yeah.
So we're talking about golf when we play a bet where if your putt is further than the length of the flagstick, you win $1 if you make the putt. So
and then I want to bet where when you're like, that's within a flagstick, like if it's really borderline, I then want bets on that. That if you challenge the guy, you have to pay him if you're wrong.
After you measure it. Okay.
No one likes my other bets that I add to, like closest to the pin. If no one's on the green, you should still do closest to the pin. You're a man hitting a ball. How close do you get it to the pin? Even if it's on grass that's a little taller than the green. Who cares? You're closest.
Derek Chamberlain said, all right, Hank Aaron was 86. He broke the color barrier in the 50s, so he probably was born in the 30s. So I got that right. While you were correct, Hank Aaron was born in the 30s, 1934 to be precise. It was Jackie Robinson that broke the color barrier, and it was in 1947 when he premiered for Brooklyn Dodgers. Hank Aaron started his career a short time later in 1956. I mean, you got to really think about what that was like in 1947. To walk onto a baseball field with, I don't think people can wrap their heads around the context of the racism around sports, around everything, but specifically to put a black player on the field and the fucking guts that took for Jackie Robinson. You can't understate that.
And under direct orders to eat it.
Yep.
Eat all of it. Because otherwise you're going to be vilified.
Yep. Right.
And then there's a great story, and if someone knows the exact story, please write in. There's a story where the guy called him the N-word or really said incredibly nasty things to him.
Another baseball player?
I think he might have been the first baseman. Yeah, of course.
Yeah, what's his name?
On the opposing team.
Yeah.
If I were you, I wouldn't even try to get it. I doubt you. But I do know this, as the story goes, at his next at bat, Jackie Robinson bunted up the first base line and ran through that man.
Really?
Keep in mind, he was a fullback for UCLA.
Wow. Jackie Robinson was?
Yes.
Wow.
So he ran through the guy. That's like my favorite Jackie Robinson story.
Tour dates coming up. I'll be in Austin, Texas tonight. Final show at the Mothership. Sacramento Punchline, February 5th through the 7th. Philly, Helium Comedy Club, Valentine's Weekend, February 13th through 15th. Then I'll be in Lexington, Kentucky, Houston, Fort Worth, Janesville, Bakersfield, Escondido. Go to fitzdog.com. Get some tickets. Come out and say hi. Also, we want to mention Sunday Papers is sponsored by Kalshi, which is the largest prediction market in the U.S. I heard about this through our buddy Pete Scott. It's so much fun. You can literally go in
crazy
and predict anything that you want. It's a trade.
There were predictions on the Golden Globes.
You can do the Golden Globes. You can make a trade on the Super Bowl that's coming up. You can do whether or not, how much rain there's going to be in Los Angeles. Whether or not Trump will mention a certain country during the State of the Union. And it's hilarious. And so I put $100 on Alcaraz winning today against Versvy or whatever the guy's name is in the semis of the Australian Open. Now, it's not a good bet because I have to bet $100 to make 17. But that's what I do. I chip away on the ones that I think are sure things for small wins, which sounds like probably your style.
All right, so get this. We're at Penmar the other night, and I don't know why. Anyway, we're there, and then, they have a bunch of TVs, and on one TV is the Australian Open, and Sinner is playing, and I'm looking at Sinner, I'm like, whoa, is he hurt? And you see him kind of limping. He lost the first set, and I'm smelling blood in the water. Well, there's Rabi, and I'm like, I predict that he's not going to win this. And he's fighting back, and it was a really tough second set. I go, but this means it's going at least 4 sets. And I go, I don't think he's good. And he was really, really hurting. We predict it. We pull the trigger. We are so excited. Now we're watching him. He wins the second set. Third set, huge struggle again. And then he has to leave the stadium. And I'm like, predict more. Get on there. Get on there. Let's ramp it up. And we do. Well, never predict against the champion because that didn't go so well. But the opportunities were there. It was so much fun. And there's a whole community there obviously watching this match and weighing like the heart of a champion. And will this guy pull it out somehow?
What's cool about Kalshi is you're not betting against the sports book. You're actually trading event contracts peer-to-peer, which it's more like the stock market. You can do it anywhere in the country, California, nationwide. It plays like California and Texas. I don't know if it's everywhere. So Super Bowl's coming up. I'm looking at, you got the big ones like who's going to win the game, but then there's also like touchdowns, all different outcomes, all these different markets with prices that move in real time based on what people think is going to happen. Percentages shift. They show you the percentages. And so you can sort of think if something is undervalued, you make the trade, see how it plays out. If you want to check it out, download the Kalshi app and use the promo code PAPERS. When you deposit, you'll get $10 to start trading. That's Kalshi, Kalshi. You can also just click the link in the description, which is kalshi.com/papers. Sign up and start trading today. Also, look, we've talked about life insurance a lot on this podcast because we're both parents and we know what it means to go to bed at night with your head on the pillow, knowing that, God forbid, your head stays on the pillow and you don't ever wake up, that your kids aren't going to be in the street begging for money to get a decent meal. So anyway, it's not too late. Do it now. I looked into it. I realized it's so straightforward with Fabric by Gerber Life. It's term life insurance. You can get done today. It's fast.
Inexpensive. You just lock it in. The sooner, the better.
Everything's online, on your schedule, right from the couch. 10 minutes you can get done, and there's no health exam required. If you got kids, especially young and healthy, locking in low rates now makes a huge difference. Even if you already have life insurance through work, that's not covering it. It's not enough. And if you change jobs, you're screwed. Fabric offers flexible, high-quality policies that fit real families and real budgets. Get up to $1 million in coverage for less than $1 a day. I mean, this is literally the best bet you can make. They've partnered with Gerber Life, which has been trusted by families for 50 years. No risk. You get a 30-day money-back guarantee. Cancel anytime. If this is something you've been meaning to do, I'm telling you, do it now. Join thousands of parents who trust Fabric to help protect their family. Apply today in just minutes at meetfabric.com/papers. That's meetfabric.com/papers. Now, I don't know, there's no discount, but let them know we sent you because that keeps the ads flowing, keeps the lights on. Policies issued by Western Southern Life Assurance Company, not available in certain states, prices subject to underwriting and health questions. Finally, and look at this, Mike. Look at us with 3 ads today.
Look at us.
Actually, let's hold off on this one so we're not doing 3 in a row.
All right.
Okay.
Back to Jackie Robinson for 1 sec. I looked him up because this is worth it. Boy, where did it go? Hold on. I just had it, and now I lost it. Jackie Robinson. 4 varsity sports at UCLA. Baseball was his worst.
No kidding. Wow.
He set the UCLA record for yards per carry, 12.2 yards per attempt in 1939. No, dude, it's insanity. Oh man. All right. Anyway, and
how do you lose against a team who's got a guy averaging 12 points a carry?
Hold on.
How do you win? I mean,
right, exactly. Wait, let me find. Anyway, he also then had the national record in the high jump. He had the national, the longest punt return. It was track and field, basketball, football, and baseball. I mean, insanity.
He was the Caitlyn Jenner of his day.
I'm sure his family and estate would appreciate that comparison.
All right, give me a crinkle. Let's get to the front page.
All right, hold on. Here we go. We're going to crinkle. There we go. What do we got here? Huh?
Let's do the FAFO story.
Front page. We got the rise of FAFO parenting, FAFO. And is this the end of gentle child rearing? I don't like the name rearing after child.
Oh.
Last summer, a piece in the Wall Street Journal heralded the rise of FAFO parenting and the end of gentle parenting. FAFO stands for F around and find out. A video posted on TikTok went viral where the mom explained that she had thrown her daughter's iPad out of the window when she had been misbehaving on the way to school. This is a car window the mom threw it out of. And she films herself retrieving the tablet, now with a cracked screen. The video has been watched 5 million times, and the mom was congratulated in the comments. In another video, when a small child announces he is going to leave home, his mother says, "See ya," shuts the door behind him, and turns off the outside light.
Whoa.
Listen, you could have left the light on.
Yeah.
Then opens the door to him screaming and pounding to be let back in. That's been watched 2 million times. He had learned, said his mother, the meaning of FAFO. So advocates of FAFO say it teaches their child independence and the consequences of their actions, even those consequences are uncomfortable or at the extreme and harsh. Critics say it relies too heavily on fear and humiliation. Listen, it's better than how I was raised, which was FYHK, forget you have kids. It was, we were Lord of the Flies.
Yeah. So you were on the front porch, but you never got in the first place.
I wouldn't have pounded on the door like that kid. I knew my mom wasn't home.
Yeah.
There was no one to let me in until I got a key in first grade.
And Dad was gone. Dad wasn't around.
Exactly.
Jesus, this explains a lot.
You were the same way a little. Your parents had to get involved when they had to pick you up at the police station.
Yep. And they didn't pick me up from school. I went to school about 25 minutes away, and I I used to hitchhike home from school or take the public bus. I would take a bus to a train to another bus.
Yep.
And it would take me about an hour and 45 minutes to get home. And they almost never, I can't remember in 4 years them picking me up more than once or twice.
I had to take 2 buses, and I had a transfer in White Plains, which was not near my home.
That's where I transferred, yeah.
Yep.
Now, do the parents wear bandanas over their faces and not let the kids videotape it while they're doing it?
It's part of FAFO, buddy.
Pepper spray them? This is a new thing? Because I thought using empathy and patience was the new thing. I mean, that hasn't been around that many years.
There's a generation of brats. There was one paragraph I didn't put in here, which is, I think, anyway, that's run its course. And they're worried about these kids who have been absolutely coddled and how they're going to be. And is it a generation of brats who've never heard no and all that? But listen, my thing was, I used to love the FAFO. I would try FAFO. FAFO massively backfires because when you're like, bring your coat. I don't want my coat. Well, just bring it. And even just bring it. You don't have to wear it. No. I'm like, okay, great.
Yeah, right.
And then they're freezing. Guess whose time is ruined? Mine.
Right. Well, I told you the story.
I find out also.
You know the story about JoJo swimming in the pool when she was about 6?
Stubbornly.
Wouldn't get out. I had to jump in and get her out, and then I made her walk to the car, freezing, blue lips, trembling. She weighed about 8 pounds. She was such a skinny kid. And I didn't give her a towel. And then we got to the car. She got in. I handed her the towel, and she pushed it back at me and looked straight forward, still trembling. And I was like, I am fucked.
I have done that also. So I'm trying to now. All right. I did that as a kid, that exact thing where then my dad would feel and do it. And I'm like, too late. And what do? Because that, as you said, you're effed. That's a big crossroads to be at.
Yep. And then we got in, and then she went into her room. And then about 5 minutes later, I heard Hawaiian music. So I walked around the side of the house, and I looked in her bedroom window, and she had on a lei that she'd gotten from a party and a Hawaiian music CD that she'd gotten for the party, and she was hula dancing in her room.
She probably had frostbite and was trying to mentally place herself below the equator or near it in Hawaii. I mean, what do you...
Yeah, I think she was just celebrating a big victory.
Yeah, I don't know though, but I remember my dad said, and maybe he learned this too late, but he was in therapy, coming out of the divorce and all that. But I remember his advice to me. He goes, "Remember to be the parent," because I have definitely gone down to my kid's level, kind of like you with JoJo there, a little bit like tit for tat. And you're both dug in, and I don't think my dad knew that advice. I don't think he ever followed it.
Yeah.
But remembering to be the parent, I don't know how you're the parent once it's that entrenched. I think you just have to own it. But then it's like you can't apologize for all of it. The kid didn't come out of the center of the pool.
Yeah, right. Well, you can say what you did was disrespectful, and it's not acceptable, and how I handled it could have been a lot better than what I did. Now get the fuck in your room and turn off that Hawaiian music.
I remember my dad, this is so typical, this says so much. Maybe I was in high school or whatever, and he gave me this book that came out called The 3-Minute Manager. That's what he gave me. So it was like a very, pop culture thing, and it was a short book, and anyway, he gave it to me anyway, and it was very short, which was good, and the only thing I would read at that time was something very short. Anyway, I remember once we got in an altercation, and I go, "Hey, Dad, remember that book you gave me?" And he's still angry, and he's like, "Yeah." And I go, "You want to know one of the things it says in there? When you're disciplining someone or you're talking to someone, leave them thinking about what you said and not how you said it." And it stopped him in his tracks.
Wow.
Yeah. I mean,
In
I think
your
he regretted
face.
giving me that book.
Yeah. Right. I know. My parents never should have given me the Bible because when I read them back some of the commandments, they were little protesters.
They should have given you the number of the police department.
Protesters who showed up at several Zips bars in Phoenix to oppose raids by ICE said they were pepper sprayed by federal agents for unknown reasons. Videos posted to social media from the Zips on 32nd Street show agents pepper spraying protesters from the passenger seat of a truck as they drove away. At the Zips on 64th Street, a video shows an agent walk up and spray demonstrators while another agent appeared to wave him down in an apparent de-escalation effort. Both incidents happened the evening of January 26th. Across the valley, state lawmakers said they were pepper sprayed without warning at the Zips in Tempe. And according to customers, this is the most seasoning used at a Zips in 20 years.
Finally, some flavor. I think it's a thing now at this chain of bars. It's like it's almost like you get the lime, the salt, your tequila, and then the final thing is just spray right in the face. And you go out and they let you drink right outside, and you get sprayed in the face to finish it down.
I mean, this is literally just like ICE is just like teenage pranksters. They're like, it's like Halloween. Do they pants the protesters, steal their Zips money?
It's now a verb in Arizona. Yo, let's go. We're going to go get zipped.
Let's go
get zipped, bro.
Dude, you are so zipped right now.
You're not looking so good. I got zipped last night, man. I really tied on a zip. All right, here's another story. Is Josh the new Karen? I'm liking the sound of it. Yeah. Women have singled out Josh as the new most hated archetype on the internet, rivaling the infamous Karen. He's the man who insists he's just being honest while actually being cruel. If he's ever in an argument, he will threaten to pull up a study to prove his point, though he never actually will. And if he doesn't already have a podcast, he's thinking about starting one. Comments about Josh currently circulating on the internet include such slurs as boys go to Jupiter to get more stupider. Is this second grade, Josh's?
Yeah.
Girls go to Mars to shine like a star. All right, we'll skip that one. Josh goes to hell, and we are leaving all Joshes in 2025. Goodbye, Josh. And this is my favorite one. And currently, right now, it's no Josh January.
Wow.
It could be that Gen Z love poking fun at millennials as well as white people, and Josh is a popular name for a millennial man who is traditionally white. It sounds to me like this concept of Josh's was made up by young Karens, if you ask me.
Yes.
It sounds very Karen-like.
Yeah. Karen's is going to try to diffuse the hatred for Karens it really is cruel that, the Karen, to be born a Karen now, and it's the first thing people bring up when they meet you.
Right. Yeah, no.
I mean, by the way, Josh means to kid, like I'm joshing you. They're not being cruel, they're being funny. It used to be probably the nicest connotation of a name.
Well, if Karens did come up, it makes sense. Karens hate all men except the manager. That's who they love talking to.
They are obsessed with talking to him.
I mean, they're hoping for a female manager, but let's be real. Karens want to... I think Karens are sexist. I think they're like, you're not the manager. Give me the manager.
Yeah. I went to a restaurant last night with a couple people from the neighborhood at, the place Casa whatever on Rose by Lincoln?
Yeah, of course.
All right. So you go there, and it's just a great environment. It's this old Mexican, kind of, it's cozy. It's a little down and dirty, but it's fun. And the food is awful. That going in.
Yeah, I thought I saw a cabana. I thought I saw a new sign. Have they yuppied it up a little?
No. I think just
still
the
use
sign.
that word?
Casa Cabana, I think it's called. Yeah. Anyway, we had this waiter.
La Cabana.
Without a doubt, the worst waiter. I've had a lot of bad waiters, but this guy, he was like a Mexican guy with a shaved head whose feet never stopped moving. He came over to take our orders. It's like the parody of the Chinese waiter, who just, okay, what else?
Yeah.
And he missed one of our orders, missed a drink order. When he started handing out the food, he would lean across two other people to hand the plate. Like he was, like three people had their backs to him, and he stood at the edge of one of them and leaned across the other two and went, hot plate. So you had to take the plate in your hand. And then he knocks a giant glass of water over, lands in two people's laps. Not only does not say, I'm sorry, he finished serving the other person before he went over to try to start wiping it up. Then we get the bill and we pay it, and we add a tip, and then he takes the money, and then we realize, oh, the tip was included. So not only was he the worst waiter ever, he was trying to milk 40% out of us.
You guys did drink a lot of water, or you consumed a lot of water.
Jeez. And I was at dinner with a guy named Josh, who was the first one to laugh about it and not call the manager over.
That Josh might be, if it's a Josh I know, might be one of the only Joshes in my life, I think.
Josh Allen.
I looked up famous Joshes. Josh Allen's one, but there are not a lot of famous Joshes. How many Josh comedians are there?
Josh. There's one who opens up for Annie Letterman a lot. There's a big manager at 3 Arts named Josh.
Josh seems to be the least popular name.
Josh Gruben. Josh Duhamel, I had him on my podcast.
There's Josh Gad from Broadway, but
Gad.
There's not a lot of Joshes. Josh Brolin.
There's Joshua Tree by the
Sure.
U2. We're going there for my birthday. We're going to Joshua Tree. Hope there's not a bunch of assholes there.
Wait, I've heard you have a million birthday plans. I can't keep them all straight.
Well, if you want to come out to Joshua Tree with us, we would love to have you be a part of it. It's going to be my sister and husband, her 2 kids who are amazing. Owen is flying out from New York. JoJo's coming out. I think that might be it, but I think we have an extra bedroom. So I'm putting it out to a couple close friends. If you want to join us, 3 days in the desert. The house has a pool table, a ping pong table, a cornhole thing, a pool, a 12-person hot tub, a karaoke machine. I'm bringing mushrooms. It's going to be sick.
Sounds like a decathlon in the making of some sort of sports.
Yes.
Love it.
And then the party will be April 4th. It's going to be a big party. It's for me and Aaron because we both are turning 60. All right.
What do we got here?
I want to also talk about, look, there's a company called Quo, and it's a business phone system. And I think a lot about not missing opportunities. You know, you're in business, and the easiest way to lose money is to miss calls. It's like money walking away. That's why today's podcast is brought to you by Quo, Quo. Smarter way to run your business communications. Let the entire team share one business number, so no calls or texts fall through the cracks. Everyone can see the full conversation thread, which means faster replies and way better follow through with customers. It works wherever you are, right from an app on your phone or computer, and you can even keep your existing number. You can add teammates, new numbers, and set up call routing in minutes as your business grows. What really sets Quo apart is that it's not just a phone system, it's a smart system. Their AI automatically logs calls, creates summaries, highlights next steps, and can even respond after hours so nothing gets lost and no opportunity slips by. It's also incredibly clean and easy to use. Calls, texts, voicemails, transcripts, and contacts all live in one place, which keeps your whole team aligned and your customers feeling taken care of. More than 90,000 businesses already rely on Quo. It's the #1 rated business phone system on G2 with over 3,000 reviews. So make this the year where no customer gets missed. Try Quo for free. Get 20% off your first 6 months when you go to quo.com/papers. That's quo.com/papers. Quo. No missed calls, no missed customers. Maybe we should get that for Sunday Papers. You and I get one phone number.
Does it automatically mail koozies?
Yes.
That would be sweet. Let's get to the ethical question.
Okay.
All right. I got a couple for you. Where are they? Here we go. I let my wife have an affair. Do I have to console her now that it's over? And then the subheadline was, while she is grieving about it, I feel relieved.
I think so. There's no revenge sweeter
I don't
than
know.
because you know what it does? It shows you didn't care that much in the first place, which hurts her because it sounds like the affair didn't work out. So now she's a double loser because if you're showing concern for her, she knows that you're over it too. The guy's over her and you're over her. And now she's truly alone.
It also probably smarts when you're grabbing a beer with the guy now.
Yes.
You guys are commiserating.
Right. Yeah, you leave your phone on the counter and an incoming call shows his name.
Wait, I clicked on it. I'm reading some details. She recently decided to break it off because the overall emotional burden for both of us was too great. Oh, okay, for both. But while she is grieving about it, I feel relieved, even though I wish that I could have better coped with the situation. I rationally and ethically consider okay. Anyway, yeah, I don't think you have to console her. Maybe a giant, I don't know. He probably feels validated, right?
Well, can I ask you a personal question?
I'd rather you not, but go ahead.
In college, you had a girlfriend who cheated on you.
Yeah.
How did you treat her afterwards?
No, it was over.
You just never talked to her again?
Oh, no, we got closure and everything, but we were at the end. I had 5 years, so it was from 20 to 25. We knew we weren't getting married or anything, and we didn't know how to end it. And she had a coworker who then was moving to LA the next morning, and that's the night it happened, and I was suspecting it. So anyway, the mature me realized she had no idea, and she felt terrible. And then I immaturely felt great that I just was breaking it off and kind of punishing her. And so I really had the upper hand. That's like what felt good. But, looking back on it, that's not the way I wish I had handled it.
But you guys stayed friends years later. I don't know if you did right away, but I remember you guys reconnecting at a certain point, right?
Yeah, because she eventually moved to LA, and then I did. Like, we didn't know where our lives were going. We were 25. But, no, but it was crushing to have my suspicion because they were really good friends at work, and then I knew he was moving. So, yeah, no, I was not mature enough to handle it in any other way except be like, fuck this, and it's over.
Well, I don't think
which it had to end also.
I don't know if Erin's ever had an affair, but I mean, God bless her if she did. I'm gone so much just to take a lover on a Saturday afternoon and just leave it at that.
Yeah, I did not have the healthy enough ego to contemplate anything except being massively hurt.
We're going to make America Florida.
Make America Florida, y'all. All right. An Oviedo, I don't know how to say that, man was arrested this week after he was caught engaging in a sexual performance with a vacuum cleaner.
A performance. That sounds like while it was happening, he had his hands in the air conducting,
Yeah, he has 2 shows a day. In a release, deputies said they responded to
curious phrasing.
His street in Kissimmee. Is it Kissimmee's Windsor Hills Resort?
Wait a minute. Can I just stop you on that?
Yeah.
One of the first jokes I ever did on stage was these 2 guys are driving through Florida, and one of them says, I love it here in Kissimmee. And his friend goes, no, it's Kissimmee. And he goes, no, it's Kissimmee. And he goes, no, it's Kissimmee. And so he goes, all right, well, let's pull into this fast food restaurant and ask them what it is. They go to the drive-thru, they pull up to the window, and the guy says, will you please tell my friend very slowly where we are? And the cashier goes, Burger King.
Semi has a Burger King. Got it. Anyway, after receiving reports, the police arrived after receiving reports of a man exposing his genital organs in front of a residence.
Oh.
The victims that observed his behavior provided a statement and a cell phone recording of a male partially clothed in front of a residence engaged in a sexual performance with a They will not let go of that phrase.
First of all, he's in front of somebody's house. How long is the extension cord on this vacuum cleaner? Maybe it's a portable.
Also, the two words following a sexual performance with a vacuum cleaner is the release reads. Apparently, a complaint had been reported just a day prior. This guy does a lot of vacuuming. Apparently, a complaint had been reported just a day prior about a man who'd been walking in a shared hallway space while nude, investigators revealed. Video of the incident captured on a Ring camera was given to the responding deputy, and this is why I don't have a Ring camera.
That's right. Well, I know which task just jumped up to the top of my honey-do list. I got it, honey.
Yeah, exactly.
And depending on whether you shaved your pubic hair, you said it's a carpet or hardwood.
Right. Yeah, exactly.
And you got to remember to clean the lint and the pubic hair out of the filter and the cum out of the hose.
Wait a minute.
That one wasn't necessary.
HOES? All right, here we go. Now, I tried something different. So here we're going to make America Philly again.
Okay.
All right, so what I do is I occasionally go into Google News and I search for Florida man, just those two words. So I put in Philly man, and I'm like, let me get some. Everyone knows my beef with Philly, right? Let me get into Philly man. Uh-oh, where did Philly man go? Hold on now. Oh, hold on. Marcus King. Oh, shit, man, I lost. All right, let me do it again. It is horrible. The Philly man, I can't do the story because they're all so terrible, and I'm not even joking. Hold on, where did it go? Sorry about this. Stay with me, everybody.
How about Santa Monica man right now? Trying to read a story.
I know. I had it open. I lost it when I was probably looking up.
I'll just mention to people in the meantime, I got some great interviews on Fitz Dog Radio this month. I just had Ian Bagg was on. Jay Moore was on. I got 3.3 million views on my Jay Moore episode.
Oh, nice. All right, here we go. You ready? Philly man. Okay, first one. Multiple shooting in North Philly. Man pulls gun on gas station. 4 men shot in North Philly. 1 victim dead. North Philadelphia shooting. Man killed in quadruple shooting inside Philly home. Drugs, guns found in Philly. All right. Gunman, pistol whip man outside Southwest Philly home. Drugs and guns found. Gunman steals bike, scooter to commit. Anyway, suspect arrested following fatal shooting. Stolen bike, fatally shoots man. Shooter kills man, Southwest. By the way, no, I'm reading all of them. There isn't one that's light. Like, no one's having sex with a vacuum in Philly.
Yeah.
And they might be, but it can't even make the front page. The pistol whip again. Here we go. Man charged with the R word, abduction of teen girls. Jumped from window to escape police. Shot someone. Wait, now there's tow truck driver killed.
Is this all in one day?
Well, it's all in one run. These are the first results. Shot in leg. Hold on. There was a funny one down here. Wait.
By the way, I'll be in Philly Valentine's Day weekend. Get a date and come on out to Helium Comedy Club. Wear the Greg Fitzsimmons pin and you get in for free.
All right. Here, then I thought I had found one. Argument in West Philly beer store. I'm like, I'm listening. This sounds like a Florida man story. Leads to a man and woman shot. Man struck and dragged for blocks in deadly Southwest Philly crash. Gunfight outside North Philly after hours clubs leaves 1 man hurt. Okay, it's the city of brotherly love, right? So that gets in here. Man kills brother during fight over money in Philly shopping center.
Jesus. Is it the #1 homicide city, Philly?
I doubt it.
Oh, it's up there. It's top 3 if it's not number 1.
So anyway, I spent
I think
too much
Chicago
time.
might be number 1.
I think Chicago was pretty far up there. But it's all these, how do you view it? Is it per capita and all that stuff? So I spent a lot of time on that, and I cannot do Philly, man. Sorry. I'll find someone else next week.
Listen to this. Number 1 is actually New Orleans.
Oh, man, New Orleans is shady. Again, see that documentary, The Pharmacist. It's so good.
Philly
and
is
they
top,
talk about crime down there.
Philly's top 7 or 8, but no, New Orleans, Memphis, St. Louis, Baltimore. These are literally the poorest cities we're talking about.
Of course.
St. Louis isn't poor, but it's got East St. Louis, which is the really poor area.
Do we have time to go to sports of Belichick, or you just want me to do this one funny joke I found?
Let me do this other story real quick because
What,
I
in
just think
sports?
it's very funny. Yeah.
Sports. Here we go, sports.
Haley Bailey has asked for her ex-husband Mark Khalil's lawsuit against her for comments she made about the size of his penis to be dismissed. They got divorced due to irreconcilable differences. She discussed mentioning the size of his penis. It was so large, it made sex particularly difficult, and it was the biggest factor in the divorce. Kaylee has since launched a lawsuit seeking $75,000, claiming his ex-wife made degrading and deeply personal comments, which has resulted in unwanted attention and invasive commentary from the public. If my ex-wife put that rumor out, I'd be paying her $75,000.
I think he's doing a lawsuit just to keep it alive.
Yes.
We're talking about his penis.
Meanwhile, she's had trouble dating because other men keep getting lost in her cavernous vagina. Just sucked in.
Yeah. All right, we're in sports. Here goes Belichick.
Right.
One funny thing. Belichick was passed over, and it's been a big news story.
For the Hall of Fame.
Yeah, and what I love is how apolitical, like people, listen, Belichick's not well liked, but seemingly everyone is like, what are you talking about? He's not first ballot Hall of Fame. But here was a funny meme I found, which said, Bill
6
Belichick.
Super Bowl rings.
8 or 9, by the way.
No, 6.
That's impossible.
Oh, no, you're right. It's 8. You're right. It's 8.
I think it might be 9.
No, it's 8.
Okay. You sound very confident.
No, I'm looking at the story. I wrote the story down, and Jerry Rice was saying to Rich Eisen that how can he have 8 Super Bowl championships? And
All right.
as a head coach and assistant, he wasn't a head coach for all 8.
I know. Bill Belichick waited 49 years for his girlfriend to be born. He can wait one more year to get into the Hall of Fame. To be born.
Outstanding. That definitely takes the sting out of not getting the ring.
I'd say. Look at that.
Yeah.
All right, what are we going down to? This day in history?
Let's get down to this day in history.
Here we go.
By the way, someday
Don't you have
we
a
are
heart
going
out?
to do an entire episode on international and science and tech because that's the last 2 categories. And we never get to them because we're running into time issues on the show. So we jump down to, we have all these stories built up in those categories. We're going to do a whole episode on just those.
All right, we're up against it now. You ready?
Yeah.
So, Edgar Allan Poe's The Raven first appears in print on this day. Speaking of Philly, isn't he a Philly man? He might be.
No, Baltimore.
Oh, you're right. It's Baltimore. I knew it was a hurting city. All right. What year did The Raven first appear in print? Give or take 40 years.
Jesus. I'm going to say 1870.
You did it, sir. 1845.
Nice.
You did it.
Okay.
Oprah Winfrey was born on this day in what year? Give or take 5 years.
1951.
You did it, sir. 54.
Okay.
You don't seem pleased. Normally very pleased.
Well, these are easy. These are really
The
easy.
British film Dr. Strangelove, or How I Learned to Stop Worrying and Love the Bomb, a landmark Cold War farce directed by Kubrick, was released in theaters on this day in what year? Give or take 4 years.
1975.
64. I knew I'd catch you.
No way. Really?
That early, that close to the war. Let's see here. All right, last question. The Beatles performed together for the last time on the roof in the 42-minute set on the roof of Apple Corp headquarters in London, and it was in the documentary Let It Be. Give or take 1 year, what year was the rooftop concert?
1970.
1969.
Nice fucking week for me.
I mean, you should have gotten that. Come on. All right. That wraps it up. And then where are we off to now?
Let's do some letters to the editor.
Letters to the editor.
John in Utah says, I'm a longtime listener. Love the show. Saw you and Mike on Bert's Pod this week. Oh, yeah. We should give a shout out to that. We did.
Oh, yeah.
What's it called? His cooking
Something's
show?
cooking?
Something's cooking. What's cooking? What's burning? Or is it what's burning?
Burning?
Something's burning, I think
Something's
it's called.
burning.
I love seeing your banter together in the same room. Here's an idea. With your 6th anniversary around the corner.
What?
What about the two of you in the same room for an episode would be a wonderful treat for the audience. You know, I have the studio on
Where do
South
I have
Robertson.
to go for that? I have to bring all these coats and jackets?
We could do a live one. We could do a live. You know what we could do is like a 3:00 show in the belly room at the store.
Oh, wow.
And bring a guest on stage. Didn't we do that once before?
We did a live one, I think, in Maria Bamford, maybe. Was it on La Brea or
yeah,
something like that?
Okay. And then Kevin Sweeney from Philadelphia. I was listening to your podcast today while shoveling snow. He actually wrote shoving snow. And where the part that
That's probably what they do in Philly. They shove snow and scream at it.
Mike starts ragging on Philadelphia, calling us animals. I couldn't help but feel a sense of pride. The history is for 350 years that people don't give a flying F. Anyway, I had a good laugh. Kept me working outside for another hour. Hope to see you next month.
Of course he was outside for an hour. He's probably pissing all over the snow. He is an animal. Kevin's an animal, too.
This one came from K2. And this is, he gets an email every day called A Thought for the Day, which is like a positive thought. Quote, don't read this. I'm going to read it and you tell me who said it.
I already read it.
I stand for honesty, equality, kindness, compassion, treating people the way you want to be treated, and helping those in need. To me, those are traditional values. Said by none other than Ellen Josh DeGeneres, comedian, TV host.
Yep.
God.
Well, do what she says, I guess, and not what she does.
Yeah, well, she's moving back to the country. We missed her. Welcome back.
Is she moving back?
That's the rumor, yeah.
She can't commit to anything, man. All right. We off to the funnies?
Let's do the funnies.
All right.
Every week we do a thing called the Comedy Caption Contest. I give you one frame of a comic. You write a punchline. You send it to fitzdogradio@gmail.com. We correlate a handful as finalists. We pick a winner. That person gets a koozie sent to them at some point in time. Now, we ask that you put your name directly under your punchline, and we'll go from there. Last week, we had a comic of two men in jacket and ties. They're sitting at a restaurant with their food in front of them. And then there is a kid, and I say kid, but he seems to have sort of like a weird balding hair pattern.
No, he's an older person, I think.
All right, so he's got his finger in his nose, and he's got an ice cream sundae in front of him. And the two men are talking to each other. Matt from Peoria said, you can't pick your family.
All right.
Albert Corrado said, if you think last night was wild, imagine what he will let us do if we pay him with money.
Imagine what he'll let us. Oh, that's dark, I think.
That's dark. Ron said, "This is what I get for banging a dancer from Jumbo's clown room."
Ron got the reference in there.
Anyways, never meet your heroes, Pat McDermott said.
What does that mean? Is that the guy's hero, or did he have sex and this is the offspring of the hero he met? That's not what he intended. I don't know.
No, I think he's saying this guy was a hero.
Yeah, all right.
Chris said, "Is that really the guy who wrote Dear Mrs. Fitzsimmons?"
Not bad, not bad.
Jim Curran said he's celebrating. He just got accepted into ICE.
All right.
Mike Nestor said, "It's Eric's turn to sit on Daddy's cabinet meeting. Sit in on Daddy's cabinet meeting."
So that's Eric Trump?
I don't know. I'm not going to say. I don't want to be put on a list.
Oh, man. By the way, the ICE thing, I just saw a thing come out incidentally. The $50,000 bonus. Man, do you know the fine print about that $50,000 bonus?
No. Do you get it in Trump Bitcoin?
If I can believe what I heard, I'm not saying it's true. No one is getting that $50,000 bonus. And if you don't get it, I think anything you've paid, you have to pay back.
Really?
I think it's 9 arrests. You have to average like 9 abductions. I'm going to call them abductions a day, something like that. Whatever it is, it's more than a few, and then it's staggered, like months into years. It's over years, and if you don't make it the full time, that's when I think you have to pay it back. It's like a payday loan, is what the person was saying.
Nice.
I know.
All right, let's get down to.
Well, we're not picking. There's no winner this week, right?
No, let's pick a winner.
Oh, out of these?
Well,
I guess Chris with Dear Mrs. Fitzsimmons.
All right, there you go, Chris. You earned your way by making an inside reference. Now, people don't take that as a green light to make all references about the show. They're cute, right, but in a restrained way.
Just Greg.
Next week's comic is a gentleman in the bathroom looking in the mirror. He is bald. He's got the, what do they call the trimmer on the sides?
Like a halo effect almost. I don't know what that is.
He's staring at himself, not happy, and he has a brush in his hand, a hairbrush.
Yes.
So do with that what
looks
you
rather
like.
glum, yeah.
Hagar the Horrible is outside of a castle with Lucky and another marauder. They've got their swords up, and he says to the king who's in the balcony, "You have more money than you need." And the king says, "Define what I need." And Hagar goes, 100 pounds of gold to make us go away. And obviously, the queen it's just a given. That's the fine print.
Right.
And your wife for what? 2 days? How long do the Vikings go at a king's wife? How long does the queen get? 2 days?
What, 2 days in possession of the marauders?
Yes.
Sure.
Yeah.
That was a brief one. Normally there's a little more to a Hagar.
Yeah, it wasn't a great one. It was a bad week for the cartoons. I literally, the Lockhorns, Benny Host, I don't know what's going on with her, but this week, not a single 0 for 7 on the comic strips this week from Bunny.
Onion had some good ones. Here's one. Manslaughter honked at. That's the extent of America up in arms. Manslaughter honked at. Here's another one, because you and I were talking about how challenging sleep is lately. This one is: man unrecognizable after full 8 hours of sleep. I think that speaks to so many people right now. And then something else. It's not a cartoon, but someone posted, this I guess is neither here nor there, but except that it's right in front of my face. They posted a Craigslist listing that if you go to see the Melania documentary at any Boston theater, you will get a free ticket and you will be paid $50. But
you think that's real?
You have to remain in your seat for the entirety of the film. I don't know if someone made it up or they screen grabbed the listing. I don't know if it's real.
I don't think that's real, but I do
Pretty
know
funny.
I do know that there is anecdotal evidence that the theaters have been empty. We'll see what the box office looks like at the end of the weekend. Blondie's in bed with Dagwood. He's got on flannel donut pajamas. She, on the other hand, has on a navy blue frilly lingerie off the shoulder. And somehow, and you see how firm her breasts are because she doesn't have a bra on, and they are still presenting.
The artist spent time on them.
She is reading a magazine, and she goes, survey, if your wife gives you a pass to dine with a famous actress, whom would you choose from this list? He says, oh no, this is just another lose-lose situation. I'm opting out of this trap. Now, she leans over to his side of the bed, which she doesn't come to that often, and she gives him a big kiss, and as she does, the lacy strap falls further down, almost to her elbow, and she goes, oh, honey, calm down. It's just a fun little game. And he goes, well, it could cause big trouble. And now she rolls her back to him, which is the way she sleeps, understandably. And he says, by the way, is Sydney Sweeney on the list? Well, I mean, do you want to put a picture of Sydney next to a picture of Blondie? You fucking what? I mean, does he not see her? Is it one of those like Madonna whore complexes where you're married to a woman and so you're no longer able to touch her, especially once she's had children? He just doesn't see her anymore.
I know, it's sad. This reminds me, and I know I've said it before, and I'm pretty sure it's Norm Macdonald, his great joke on the hall passes. And he goes, my wife and I talked about it, and mine was like Christy Brinkley, and my wife's was our gardener and his son.
That's the genius of Norm, is he went for two.
I know.
Not only is it would have been a funny joke on its own with the gardener.
Right, exactly.
Yeah, awesome. All right, well, listen, folks, thanks for listening to the show. Our love to Gotham Podcasts, who's producing the show now and editing it and cutting up tons of clips which people seem to appreciate. Also, we want to thank Kalshi.com/papers. You're going to get a $10 bonus when you sign up to do that. Fabric by Gerber Life. .com/papers, and also I'm cutting down to QUO.com/papers. Get 20% off your first 6 months when you go there. All right, Mike, anything you want to promote?
Not really. Those jazz guys, man, go back up to the top and get those names. Find those dudes. They're amazing.
Also, I'm going to be on the Joe Rogan Experience. I'm taping it tomorrow. It goes up next week. And then I'm taping Kill Tony on Monday. That'll go up by probably 2 or 3 weeks after that.
Nice.
Yeah. All right. Talk to you later.
Take it easy.
Take it easy.
All right.
Sunday morning, I'm trying to find something to do. It doesn't matter if the news is old or if it's new. Sunday morning, I think I found something to do. Chit-chat, front page, international. United Staters into Gators is so passionate. Sports and science is the only thing that's rational. Wind it down with a word on ethicality. Play a game of date and name with our reality. Blondie's tits and obits make the finality. Sunday papers is the thing to do.